Explanation of Article 290 of the Indian Constitution. Article 290 deals with financial adjustments between the Union and the states concerning certain expenses and pensions. It provides a mechanism to ensure that if the financial burden of a particular expense or pension is unfairly placed on one entity, either the Union or a state, an appropriate contribution can be made by the concerned party. Key provisions of Article 290. Scope of expenses covered. The expenses of any court or commission or pension of a person who served before independence under the British Crown in India, after independence, in connection with the union or state government. Who bears the initial expense? These expenses or pensions are initially charged on the Consolidated Fund of either India, central government, a state, state government. Conditions for adjustment. Case A. When the central government is paying. If the expense is from the Consolidated Fund of India, but it benefits a particular state, that state must contribute to the expenses. Case B. When a state government is paying. If the expense is from the Consolidated Fund of a state, but it benefits the Union or another state, then the Union or the concerned state must contribute. How is the contribution determined? The amount to be paid can be mutually agreed upon between the Union and the concerned states, decided by an arbitrator if there is no agreement. The arbitrator is appointed by the Chief Justice of India. Example for better understanding. Suppose a commission is formed at the national level, but its work is mainly related to one state, example Andhra Pradesh. The expense is initially paid from the Consolidated Fund of India. However, since the benefit is for Andhra Pradesh, the state must contribute its share of the cost. Suppose a pensioner served in both the central and state governments. If the pension is paid entirely by the central government, but the individual served in a state, then the concerned state must share a portion of the pension cost. If a high court's expenses are paid by a state government, but it also handles cases related to the union government, the union government may contribute to the expenses. Purpose of Article 290. Ensures fair financial distribution between the Union and the states. Avoids unjust financial burden on one party. Establishes a clear dispute resolution mechanism through arbitration by the Chief Justice of India. This provision helps maintain financial balance and cooperative federalism in India. The Constitution of India. Part 12. Finance, Property, Contracts and Suits. Chapter 1. Finance. Miscellaneous Financial Provisions. Article 290. Adjustment in respect of certain expenses and pensions. Where under the provisions of this Constitution the expenses of any court or commission, or the pension payable to or in respect of a person who has served before the commencement of this Constitution under the Crown in India or after such commencement in connection with the affairs of the Union or of a state, are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India or the Consolidated Fund of a state, then, if A. In the case of a charge on the Consolidated Fund of India, the court or commission serves any of the separate needs of a state, or the person has served wholly or in part in connection with the affairs of a state, or B. In the case of a charge on the Consolidated Fund of a state, the court or commission serves any of the separate needs of the Union or another state, or the person has served wholly or in part in connection with the affairs of the Union or another state, there shall be charged on and paid out of the Consolidated Fund of the state or, as the case may be, the Consolidated Fund of India or the Consolidated Fund of the other state, such contribution in respect of the expenses or pension as may be agreed, or as may in default of agreement be determined by an arbitrator to be appointed by the Chief Justice of India.